Hello, Nerd League, and welcome to the Nerd Down. We are talking comic books. I have a couple of series that I would like to discuss. We're going to start with one that's going to be turned into a television series this December 6, 2017 on the Sci-Fi Network. The graphic novel, or the comic series, Happy, is going to be made into a television series. Now, Happy, the graphic novel or 4-part miniseries, was published by Image Comics back in 2013, and it's something I fell in love with right away. It's a very dark and has a lot of creepy vibes to it, with some dark humor as well. It's about a ex-cop named Nick Sachs, who is an alcoholic. He's got a lot of issues, and he ends up becoming a hitman, has a lot of ties to the mafia and that kind of jazz. It takes place during the Christmas season, and Nick has to track down a child killer who actually disguises himself as Santa Claus. And that alone is just creepy as hell. It's a lot of violence and a lot of twisted and dark humor. And on top of all that, Nick Sachs is accompanied by his imaginary friend, Happy, who happens to be a flying blue talking horse. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into the trailer for Happy, which is going to be on the Sci-Fi Network, December 6, 2017. Here it is.
My life is an ever-swirling toilet that just won't flush. I don't think I can die.
Hard to believe this piece of shit used to be the best detective in the whole department.
I died. I really did it.
Clear.
Perfect.
Hey, mister, come on, snap out of it. Hey, can you see me? Whoa, yeah, you can see me.
What the hell?
I'm happy. The happy horse so full of fun, of course. It's plain to see it's fun to be happy. Here comes the fun.
You're not real.
I'm an imaginary friend. I'm Haley's imaginary friend.
Come with me.
She's the sweetest little girl in the whole world.
Let me out!
And you're the only one that can help me save her.
I am going to remove your penis in thin slices, like salami.
It's gonna take you a long time. If you know what I mean. He knows what I mean.
Are we the best team or what?
Question you gotta ask yourself. Do you feel lucky?
Whoops. I pooped. You are really bad at driving.
Disagree. Look at all the traffic we avoided. Merry Christmas.
So, as you can tell from the trailer, a lot of graphic violence, a lot of dark humor, which in my books is a heck of a combination. So I'm really looking forward to that. If you want to get your hands on the graphic novel or the 4-part miniseries comic version of the story, you still can. It's written by Grant Morrison with artwork from Derek Robertson. And you have until December to read it if you want, or you can just catch that series. It's going to be great. If the voice of Happy sounded familiar to you, that's because he is going to be voiced by the famous comedian Patton Oswalt. If you don't know who that is, Google him. I'm sure you'll recognize him. Patton Oswalt. Funny guy. He's going to be awesome as Happy. Now, moving on to the indie side of things, I'm super excited about issue number 2 of Morgan's Organs. All you guys in the Nerd League, I'm sure you've heard me go on a lot about Morgan's Organs. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite indie series, especially right now. It is created by Daniel Brody, who is a Toronto resident, and with artwork from Robert Jennings. And actually, Jennings' artwork is it's really cool. I mean, it really reminds me of something that you would see on a late night comedy network or a Teletoon type of vibe, almost like a SpongeBob SquarePants. And the humor itself, to me anyways, feels like a lot of like Ren and Stimpy type of stuff, or you know, SpongeBob SquarePants kind of deal. It's really good. I think it's harder to write comedy than it is like action and things like that, because everyone's humor is different and you have to make people laugh or at least chuckle when they're reading your series. And I definitely do laugh when I read this series. It's really well done, and the artwork is special because I don't know if they do this on purpose or not, but on some of the pages I feel like I'm playing Where's Waldo. There's like a lot of hidden Easter eggs and things. I don't know if that's really intentional but it's gotta be. I mean, there's like these little things that almost feel like they're hidden, and unless you're really looking, you'll notice like a lot of like 80s and 90s pop culture things, and just little cool things to look at on the pages rather than just read and flip to the next one. Now, if you want to get your hands on issue number 1 and issue number 2, go to morgansorgans.com. Follow these guys on Twitter. I'm going to have all the links and everything in the description below on my YouTube channel. I really suggest that you get yourself one of the maybe higher tier packages where you can get some posters and you get like stickers of some of the characters and things like that. You can just get the books themselves as well, though. They come in PDF format or in print. And the print is really well put together, especially for an indie comics. Sometimes I get indie comics sent to me, and they're kind of like stapled together funny. It's almost like there wasn't a lot of love and care put into them. But the pages on these things are like are glossy. The cover is the same. It's not like typical comic where, you know, sometimes you can hold them for too long and you get like a thumbprint in the ink on the comic. You're not going to get that with these. These are really well put together books, and I strongly suggest you check it out. You guys hear me go on about this all the time, so do yourself a favor, check it out. And that pretty much wraps up the Nerd Down for this week. Catch me on the next Nerd Down. We're going to be talking the No Man's Sky Olympics with a buddy of mine, DG_squared. That's going to be very exciting. But again, check out these series. You've got Happy, you've got Morgan's Organs. Morgan's Organs, I've done a review on that before, so I'm not going to get too much into the detail of issue number 1. It is an anthology, so you don't really need to read issue number 1 first before you get issue number 2, but it's probably a good idea to read issue number 1 because you get a good feel for all the characters and stuff that are in this book, and there are a lot of characters that are in this book. Most of the characters are Morgan's Organs, hence the title. It's basically about a young gentleman named Morgan who, you know, the story follows his day-to-day shenanigans, and it features mainly his insides and his organs that are basically running the show. And a lot of great humor in this series. So do yourself a favor, check it out. And until then, my friends, stay nerdy. We'll catch you on the next one.